So we've got to stop talking Mince. I'll drink to that. You know, when I die and go to hell, for my sins, my ringtone on my phone is going to be Helen's laughter. And every fucker I've ever known is going to ring me up.
I was one night Ashley was in. I had to sit on it, eh?
This is a quiet corner.
I was just sitting by myself on the bike. Oh no. I was talking to Ashley and she says, she made a gesture towards us. I text her. I says, Ashley, shoot me. Honest, I had up for 2 hours that night.
Oh, Christ. That's inhuman.
It was. Tell us about it. I mean, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, fair enough, but 2 hours. And that's not real, like. Oh, it's red and white, Brian.
I haven't got a black and white one yet. Well, I have. Put it in my pocket.
Are you stopping out for the match?
I'll put it in my pocket.
Right. Keep it in your pocket. Didn't put it on when the match was
You're
on.
not for tonight, today.
That's it. I couldn't play a rugby team.
In 1977, they had a thing called, because I remember this because I was
Mind
up,
if,
in 1977, I was a junior player at Gosforth Rugby Club, and had what was called a friendship force between the States and the UK.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it was Callahan was our president at the time, Prime Minister, and Carter was the president of the States at the time.
Is it Scotland?
No, they had the friendship force just for the northeast. Oh yeah.
Roger Oatley.
Yes, I know.
That's right.
I used to train on that.
He was captain of England, yeah.
I know he was at the time when I was doing Gosford. Anyway, so I forget where the team was from, but they sent this football team, not soccer, football team, in the States to come play a local team in the northeast, which happened to be Gosford. And me being a junior player there, I was privy to go there, and we played them a game of their football, and they come on with all helmets on, big pads. Well, all of our lads just, yes, we got beat. And then the following day, we played them a game of rugby. And again, crash helmets on. I always remember, for the life of me, I can't remember his name. It was one of our big guys, obviously the seniors, not the junior. Managed to get this ball, he just went for it. And there's a guy coming towards him with all this crash helmet, and he just put his hand up like that, totally legal, cracked him straight in the face, in this crash helmet. Went off, tried. Oh, we won the game, but this guy was on the ground, and he wasn't getting up. So it turned, whistling from people come out to see. Well, they couldn't do anything for him. They ended up getting the groundkeeper to go back to his bed shed, find a set of bull croppers to get this cage that had been dented in because he couldn't get his helmet off. They had to bull crop this cage off to get his lid off, and then he could breathe.
Have you ever seen Friends when Ross took on a rugby club from England? You know, like Jennifer Aniston?
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
They play rugby, it's not like American football. And he came up against an English rugby team. and he'd come out of there. He had black eyes. He was battered. He said, I'll never do that again.
You see, the difference between football and rugby is you've got in football you've got two teams of players pretending to be injured, where in rugby you've got two teams of players pretending to be all right. Roger Oatley at the time, you know, my dad, he just bought himself a Capri. And I'm looking at my dad thinking, got too old for one of these things. Anyway. Roger
was the ugliest flipping rugby player.
You're allowed to swear, Terry. Don't.
No, he was the ugliest rugby player. He was a monster. He was captain of Gosforth, and he was captain of England.
Same time I was.
My God, what a rugby player he was.
Did he have the ears?
Oh, aye.
And the Lewis.
Aye. He had
Sorry,
everything.
it was I remember the old man though, he took us to Gosforth. It was an after school thing I had to go to. And he took us in his Capri. And we followed Roger Oatley. And Roger Oatley was on it. It must have been a sponsored car at the time. Because he had this Ford Cortina. And it had a sunroof in. And gets in the car park. It wasn't tarmac at the time, it was just like gravel and whatnot, you know. But everybody sort of put themselves on bits of roads and whatnot. No, he pulled his car towards the front, parking space behind him, and he literally just put his head through the sunroof. He's 6'8" or something. I was particularly fast. But he just put his hand out. Well, it was like hitting his hand. I know. It was like hitting your head. I know. He just put his hand out. It was like ding. My head hit his hand. My legs must have wrapped around his hand.
His hand was bigger than your head.
I know. Lines him on the floor. I'm looking.
He was amazing.
But like I say, it was just like practice session. So he just helped out if one team was getting left ahead of the other. And bing, clunk on the floor, and the ball's going the opposite way, and I'm looking at me. This is not the game for me.
In our school, they only had football. And the next school up from it, next door, had rugby in it. What a bunch of tossers.
Well, I went to Gosforth because you've got two rugby clubs in Gosforth. So there were always like feeders for the rugby clubs. Didn't really have any local football teams. Mind you, I was never very good at football. That's probably why I love watching it. I could never play it.
Oh, I played by everybody. Northumbrian, Baker. I had a chance to get into this team, you know. I played by Tarmac. I played by this other team. And there was this club down in Wales End that wanted to sign us, you know. I said, what sign us? 1974 or something. We pay £5 a game. What? That was a week's wages. And I says, no. I said, I like playing on my local team, you know. All right. You all right, T?
Right, too.
The only good goal I ever scored was actually on Keswick Field there. And they must have been desperate for players because I ended up playing. And I run about, didn't know what I was doing. Our team had the ball, so running forward into the box, and this ball just got started off my head. Straight in the corner of the net.
Well, we used to play, you know. We played in the summer and we played in the winter. But in the winter, when there was snow on the pitch, you had the orange ball, which was an old case ball, and it had a lace. Well, the lace used to come loose during the game, and it had a bladder inside. Part of the bladder was called a tit, and it used to pop out in the lace, and if you headed the ball, you had a big scar on your face of the lace. Oh, hey, the amount of times I had this mark on my forehead.
I wouldn't play football. I wouldn't play it in the winter.
Oh, we played in the winter.
No, but you header a ball in the winter, the lace used to freeze.
Aye,
You hit that and it was...
aye, that's it. Well, that's what we used to do in them days. And the ball, it weighed about 4.5 pounds, and you couldn't kick it.
No, well, it got wet and it just soaked it all up. What was cool, it soaked it all up and then froze.
Aye, them were the days, like, wasn't it?
Never again. I wouldn't think you went through
I wouldn't play football back then. I wish I had a choice, you know, because at school, teacher giving me play. Well, I played on the football team at school, you know, and honestly, get out, play. We used to get, there's about 2 foot of snow, you know, we've got an orange case ball. Not for me. But we had to do it. We had our little shorts on, you know.
Oh, no.
Well, little pinky boots. But we did it. And we won. Sometimes.
The best result we got from playing rugby was Blythe Spartans had a rugby team as well. And like you see, I'm talking from the middle school here. I was big from.
All right.
And we went to play these guys up at Blythe. They all had beards and stuff. What giants compared to us. I was like, where are they getting these from? Supposedly in the same league. Aye, right. I was all, the snow started to come down. Snow, heavy snow, but you know, them big fluffy.
Oh, I don't know.
Couldn't see the markings on the pitch, couldn't see it. Eventually we got abandoned. So technically, we drew. The ref just, he had to abandon the game, so
But
he
you
just
know,
called it a
when
draw.
you played football, and the women got gym, but we played a women's team, a girls' team. And I'll tell you what, all the women had beards.
Some things never change.